Now with Starship, we'll be aiming to go from somewhere around 2,500 tons a year to orbit to millions of tons
For millions of students worldwide, participating in the modern digital economy is restricted by a simple matter of geography. Without a physical cable or cell tower nearby, internet access is often non-existent. Take the geographically isolated and disadvantaged areas, or GIDAs, in the Philippines. Schools located high in the mountains or on remote coastal islands operate without a link to online educational resources, leaving students separated from the tools available in more developed regions. Meanwhile, inside the United States, a different kind of divide exists. In Cameron County, Texas, near the city of Brownsville, nearly 90% of public school students qualify for government-subsidized meals. For decades, the region has struggled with high poverty rates and a lack of high-tech career pathways. These two challenges, remote global disconnection and localized economic stagnation, are being addressed through a single aerospace initiative. Until recently, orbital launches were limited by the physical capacity of traditional rockets. Even systems like the Falcon 9 have a ceiling on how much payload mass they can carry into low Earth orbit, which keeps the cost of deploying satellite internet relatively high. The SpaceX Starship is designed to change that logistical math. It is a fully reusable vehicle capable of lifting over 100 metric tons per flight. By returning both its booster and upper stage to the launch pad, it aims to lower the cost of launching massive satellite networks. Engineering a vehicle of this size requires a massive industrial base on the ground. It needs expansive assembly lines, testing facilities, and launch pads capable of handling significant thrust. SpaceX built that sprawling spaceport, known as Starbase, at the edge of the Rio Grande Valley. It sits directly adjacent to Boca Chica Beach and a short drive from the communities in Brownsville. To build a global internet infrastructure in the sky, a private corporation has occupied and industrialized a quiet, vulnerable coastal community on the ground. The massive payload bay on Starship is designed specifically to deploy the next generation of SpaceX's internet constellation, the Starlink V3. This diagram compares satellite generations. Early models provided basic broadband, but V3 satellites deliver 1 terabit per second of bandwidth. This massive pipeline functions without traditional ground networks, beaming fiber-like internet directly to rural areas across the global south. We can see the result in the Amazon basin. Starlink hardware has recently connected 140 remote schools in the rainforest, bringing 14,000 students online without the need to lay physical cables through the jungle. By solving the logistical puzzle of orbital transport, Starship removes the geographic constraints that once made connecting these students physically impossible. Back in South Texas, the region assembling these rockets is experiencing a different type of educational shift. The arrival of the Starbase facility brought a significant influx of corporate capital. The Musk Foundation committed $20 million directly to public school districts across Cameron County. Districts like Brownsville and Harlingen are purchasing advanced fabrication machinery, modernizing technical education programs, and addressing pandemic learning gaps. The presence of the spaceport has also inspired grassroots engineering initiatives. High school students in a local program called Project Vortex are now forming structures and avionics teams to design, build, and launch their own 11-foot-tall rockets to altitudes of 10,000 feet. Students growing up in the Rio Grande Valley now have a visible, well-funded pathway directly into the technical aerospace workforce. The rapid construction of this high-tech boomtown has brought significant friction to the residents who have lived there for generations. This graph tracks real estate data in Brownsville. As highly paid aerospace workers relocated to the area, local housing prices doubled, placing intense financial strain on the working-class population. The physical landscape has also changed. Residents now deal with frequent road closures, heavy industrial traffic, and restricted access to Boca Chica Beach and its surrounding wildlife refuges during rocket testing. The corporate engine funding a local STEM awakening is simultaneously gentrifying the community. The Starship architecture functions on two conflicting scales at once. In orbit, it provides broadband to remote classrooms around the world. But on Earth, it requires heavy industrialization and loud ground-shaking operations to reach those orbits. Establishing a universally connected, multi-planetary economy involves burning millions of pounds of propellant and occupying vast tracts of terrestrial land. Technological progress is rooted in the physical world, inseparable from the complex realities of the local communities that host the launch pad.